that you would like introductions to, the best way to reach them is maybe Twitter. I'm sure everyone will have their pitch decks with an ask slide and an intro slide. So I want everyone to have fun tonight, first and foremost. Welcome you all to Launch House's Not a Demo Day. To kick things off, I want to get a warm welcome and round of applause for LFX Exchange, baby! All right!
I feel like this is pretty iconic. The first people to present at the non-demo day, the first ever. Okay, hi, I'm Rena, and this is Anand, co-founders of LFX Exchange. In the past, I was a general manager at one of the largest construction companies in North America, responsible for generating $400 million in revenue and leading 200 plus employees. My passion is people, and I have a proven track record of building strong performing teams. My astute co-founder, Anand.
In the past, I built a digital video content company that garnered close to 300 million monthly views on YouTube, making us amongst the top content creators in Asia.
We have a powerhouse advisory board, Amir Attar, ex-CPO of a crypto unicorn, and Richard Lee, CEO of 4K.com. Our mission at LFX Exchange is to make luxury assets accessible to everyone. So here's our story.
Oops. So guys, this gentleman you see in the picture is my grandfather. He was a watchmaker. Maybe that's where I got my excitement for luxury watches for. Rolex Daytona watch was his favorite watch back then. And I thought it would be a great opportunity to get him the watch as a gift for his 75th birthday. For those who don't know about this watch, this is a very rare watch and impossible to find at an authorized dealer. The only place you could find it from is the secondary market. I remember it costed $17,000 back then. So I started saving a few $1,000s every month. And even before I could gather the full amount, the value of that watch shot up by 18%. And it costed $20,000. I had to give up on it. That's when I thought there has to be some way to own these luxury assets in smaller portions. Think about it. Not everyone here can own one full Bitcoin. But we could buy it in smaller portions, cost average it, and eventually own it. That's not possible in the luxury asset space.
And here comes LFX Exchange. Think of us as the Robin Hood of luxury assets. It's very simple. You come to our platform, you search for your asset, you buy it in smaller portions, and instantly receive an NFT that you can now flex on your social media. Or, contrary to that, continue to invest until you own the entire physical asset. Invest to own. When looking into this opportunity, three things really came to mind for us. One was that the luxury secondary market was valued at $37 billion, growing to $51 billion by 2026, and yet still accessible to only the wealthiest 1%. Imagine when we make this accessible to everyone. Opportunity is huge. Two, 97% still buy these assets because they're just a good investment, because luxury assets outperform the S&P by 174%.
Think about the lost opportunity here, guys. I couldn't buy my grandfather his birthday gift when it was costing $17,000. Neither could I buy it at 20, thinking this is very high. But guess what? This watch peaked at $51,000 in 2022. Imagine if he existed back then in 2017, and imagine if he could have purchased 50% of that watch back then. It would cost me $25,000 lesser to buy his birthday gift. That's what we want to try and do with LFX Exchange. We want to change the way people can own luxury assets.
So our ask is really simple. As we enter, we've built our MVP, enter into pre-seed, to please introduce us to VCs or angels that would align with us, culture, fintech, Web3, and any access to celebrities that would want to partner with us. Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you.
next, let's get a round of applause for Secure Finance, baby! Let's go!
Hey everyone, my name is Victor. I'm the CEO and founder for Secure Finance. While waiting for the slides, how is everyone today? Okay, I'm going to keep it short and quick. Did you know that 9 of 10 DeFi crypto investors are frustrated with DeFi? I am such an investor myself, and I really hate the experience, right, of investing in DeFi. Rug pull, exploits, interacting with smart contract. It is not easy. How about that happening for the real investors in the Wall Street and into the traditional finance? Sakura simplifies DeFi investing with API. You can imagine us building Stripe for DeFi. I repeat again, Stripe for DeFi. So why is this a problem? It's very simple. DeFi is complex. You need to have developers working and interacting with multiple smart contracts on different blockchain networks on different DeFi protocols. And of course, if you are a developer yourself, you know that you require technical expertise. It's not easy to do so. And of course, and we know it, the tools available for DeFi is actually not really developer friendly. It's not really comprehensive enough. On top of that, we compound that with like multiple blockchains on like different Solana, Avalanche, Polygon, BSC, layer 1, layer 2, so many terminologies. How do we expect the mass market and the TradFi Wall Street to adopt to DeFi? Why is this a problem? Why is this a problem? Because Web3 is new, right? Imagine that if the tools were not developed by Facebook, by Google, by Stripe, today the payment gateway is not what it is today. So Web3 is new, is insufficient and non-comprehensive tools for developers. And of course, as we know, in DeFi, a lot of developers just deploy the smart contract in production. A lot of hacks and exploit. And financial institutions are looking for simpler ways to deploy their money on chain. So this is how it works currently. I'll explain to you simply. You have to open an account, you have to register for KYC, KYB, you have to transfer money to the exchange in hope the exchange will give you the money, access to your own money. You have to withdraw your own money to another DeFi wallet. Then after that, you deploy and approve your contract. We just automate everything with API. Simple. Yep. So as Secure Finance, we are building DeFi infrastructure as a service, BIS. Our business model is very simple. We do B to B to C. We connect with neobanks, robo-advisors, family offices, and crypto funds through developer-friendly portal. And we work with third-party solutions in order to get to the layer 1 chains. So we are a strong team. We have been investing in crypto since 2017. This is not our first foray into crypto and DeFi. We are ex-Standard Chartered, Google, and more. So we are accelerated by Techstars. We have received investment from Alphabet. We have one customer sign up from a licensed exchange, licensed fintech digital asset provider in UK. So our customers and investors love what we do. Secure simplifies DeFi investing with API. Stripe for DeFi. We're going to make it.
All right, up next, let's get a round of applause for Rabbit. If our presenters wouldn't mind standing in front of the microphones, everyone on YouTube will be able to hear you.
There? Can you hear me? There.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Elisa. I am here all the way from Mexico, and I am building Rabbit. Today, I want to tell you something I'm pretty sure you didn't know. LATAM is the region with the most crypto users in the world. As of today, there are about 45 million people in LATAM that own crypto. But guess what? We have a big problem. Crypto investing is hard. We have tons of information, most of it in English. We have scammers telling you that with crypto you can get rich in 2 days. We have a lack of financial education. But in Rabbit, we are solving this problem. We are doing it with 2 main components. Crypto portfolios designed to help you reduce the option and facilitate decision making. And a very important one, live sessions with crypto experts where users can learn from their experience and have a human companionship. How do we make money? We have a business model that has two main revenue streams. The first one is subscription-based, meaning users have to pay a fee to access the education and crypto investment opportunities. The second one, management fee for each investment in our portfolios. And guess what? We have some pretty big news. People are finding value. Last week, we launched a pre-sale to our own closed community and got a 15 conversion rate in only 1 week. This translates in $8,000 of revenue as of this morning. Now remember, we have 45 million people in LATAM that own crypto, so the opportunity is huge. Our team and Rabbit is our strongest asset. There's 3 founders, Alan, Juan, and myself. We have been crypto traders since 2017, so we have lived the problem firsthand. We are basically solving the problem for ourselves. We all have actuarial science background, and we are second-time founders together. So we are going again together. Why we will win? We make people feel better. We change their understanding of investment and help them to the journey. At Rabbit, we are changing the way people in LATAM create wealth. So I have come all the way from Mexico to meet people that feel alike. I have one more small ask. We are preparing for our seed round, so please help us with introductions to investors that want to be part of the crypto revolution in LATAM. Thank you.
Up next, let's hear it for KYC DAO.
Hello. It's not gonna work. Okay. Yeah. Hi everyone. Hi everyone. Thank you for joining, and hi friends. So, just because a couple of things happened in the last couple of weeks, just a reminder, please don't store private keys in a plain text format. Because not your keys, not your crypto. And with that, there is another statement that's in the crypto we have heard many times, to be your own bank. But when I say bank, do you really think of your wallet? Or you think of something else, something which is more of an industrial giant that meets compliance requirements and does a lot of work behind just giving you a bank account. Because banks are regulated, and they are not into crypto, or not yet, because they are regulated, they need to meet sanctions, and as of in crypto, they are very afraid of scams, because they have this thing that they have to protect their customers. They're required, kind of by a number of laws. And because of that, it's extremely hard for a number of players to enter the space, because it's just really, really, really hard to cross this barrier. So what we are working on at KYC DAO is to help to blend Web2 and Web3 together by blurring the lines of where Web3 ends and where Web2 starts. Because Web2 will have requirements. Those will not go away. Governments are roughly here to stay, I have to tell. So we have to find a way that we can meet some of those requirements and enable us, as of like the broader crypto space, to come close to Web3 and invite them to understand that what we are building is a lot more efficient, is a lot more transparent, and they can save a ton of money by doing that. So in essence, like how we are looking at the space, next one. That's okay. So how we are looking at the space, it will move, is we are building an ecosystem of trusted partners who are already integrating our service, which is in a sense a compliance service attached to your self-custody wallet. We have many ways to issue verifications. Currently, we do a non-transferable NFT, but later on, we will do verifiable credentials or just sign messages, whatever you want. Because in a sense, what we are doing is bringing compliance to a wallet, which includes KYC, as this hated word, but also includes certain on-chain transactions, so we would be able to know whether a wallet have ever interacted with Tornado Cash as of last Tuesday. Or a blacklisted wallet, or something that is considered nefarious by regulators and regulations and is already clarified by them. Oh wow. So in essence, we are bringing compliance to Web3, and we are already live on multiple chains. So if you have a project or a portfolio company who is remotely considering compliance, then please find me and let's talk about it because we can help. Thank you.
All right, let's, Balash, if you guys want to connect with Balash at Nimble. Sorry about that, homie. All right, let's get one more round of applause for Balash. And up next, let's hear it for Sharp.
Get some slides.
If you wouldn't mind, like,
Really close.
to all the launch house folks, so you can extend the mic upwards if you need it for our taller friends, and downwards if you don't need so much height. Dave, the floor is yours.
All right. Hey everybody, my name's Dave Carruthers, and I'm a founder with a proven track record of building championship teams. Much like the Patriots in the early 2000s in Web 1, I built the best of. The best of was Yelp before Yelp existed. It was the fastest growing franchise in UK history. Fast forward to the 2010s, the Web 2 era, the dynasty that is the Golden State Warriors. At this time, I built 2 B2B SaaS startups. The first one exited for 40 million. The second one got to 10 million in ARR and raised $25 million. So what am I doing here? It's the 2020s. I'm a 40-year-old guy about to have the biggest season of his life in Web 3. Let's go, Tom Brady. Let's go. And here I am. So sports betting is exploding in America. FanDuel, DraftKings, micro betting, daily fantasy. Jake Paul raised $50 million yesterday for a seed round for BetR.com. And it's expanding because legislation is changing. Betting is now legal in over 50% of states in the US, with 15 to 20 states more coming online over the next 18 months. What we can see here is a huge TAM, and when you look at sports betting globally, it's absolutely huge. So I'm building Sharp, the sports betting DAO for winners. I started Sharp, and they say the best founders solve their own problems. 97% of sports bettors lose. Square bettors, the public, can't find value. They're terrible at managing bankroll. They don't use data and analytics to find winning bets. We built Sharp to be the vanguard of sports betting, taking sports betting pools, automated picks, professional picks, creating content that's entertaining and educational, all focused on our mission of driving smarter, sharper bettors. Sorry to any Jets fans for that. So, pre-season has been the last 30 days at Launch House. What have we been up to? We've built a highly active 2,000-person Discord community of absolute sports betting fanatics talking about which picks are going to win, how am I going to find the great parlay, are the Yankees going to choke again tonight? We've got an MVP of our betting app, which allows people to vote on picks, get access to these professional picks, and we've got 2 professional bettors on board. From a funding perspective, we're raising a pre-seed in September. Once the start of the NFL regular season is out of the way, We're raising 750K. And what I'm really looking to do is fill our roster and draft really well during our pre-seed. We're looking to add Web3 experienced investors. We're looking to add gaming and sports VCs as well. So my question to you is, as I go for this three-peat, do you want to bet against us, or are you going to be sharp and bet with us?
Next to the tank. Let's give it up for Entropy. Entropy.
Where is it? Got it.
Jose!
Do I just click? Hi everyone, my name is Jose and I'm co-founder and CEO of Entropy. So we are giving Web3 games the power of cheap, provably fair randomness. But why do we need provably fair randomness? Well, randomness is a little thing in a lot of things. So try imagining Minecraft, but the terrain generation in the world is the same every time without randomness. Furthermore, casino games cannot exist without randomness. Try imagining decentralized poker or password generation without a random number generator. Randomness is everywhere, and without it, the gameplay is monotonous. So, but what's so hard about random number generation? So, it turns out that non-exploitable numbers are very difficult and expensive to generate. So we can see that there have been tens of millions of dollars lost in RNG exploits in casinos, and competitive gaming, and even the NBA draft have been rigged. This is, of course, a damaging reality, but even worse is the loss of faith in our institutions, and this perception. So we set out to solve this problem. And what we created is the world's first algorithm of player-generated randomness that is completely decentralized and allows players to verify the fairness of their game in real time. We have provisionally patented it as dynamic user entropy. So our competition, Chainlink VRF currently has 70% of the market share. They are an oracle, which means they pull in data externally, which makes it very expensive. It's also difficult to integrate, hard to use, and can't be used in games like poker because they don't have private randomness. As you can see how we compare here. And so expansion. So we actually launched 5 days ago. We were working on the... We've had a great reception so far. We already have developers at Web3 moving from Chainlink to Entropy. We actually signed our first LOI today with XR Casino, the world's first metaverse casino. So that's really exciting. We've also talked with a lot of Web2 casinos, including the largest casino in South America. They're very interested in signing on, not only to inspire trust in their users, which increases bet size, increases audience retention, but also to lower their server costs. Our long-term vision is to build Roblox for Web3. We have a very deep moat, as no other studio will have access to these decentralized and cheap randomness, and they will either have to sacrifice cost or security or license the technology from us. And it is Roblox for Web3, essentially infrastructure allowing game developers to build games on chain and connect with a growing audience who wants better blockchain games. And so a bit about us. So like I mentioned, my name is Jose. I have experience in portfolio management, operations, also other business ventures. I'm currently economics at Yale. My co-founder, Nick, he is absolutely brilliant. He's the minds behind the cryptography. He's an international math and physics Olympiad, also mathematics at Yale. And Boris is a expert cryptographer as well, national CS medalist for Bulgaria, and is also getting his leads master's in engineering. And finally, our ask is, well, we're raising, so if you want to have a conversation, I'm interested. And we're currently onboarding studios and developers right now into Web3. Thank you.
Next to the tank. Let's give it up for 888 DAO.
First of all, let's go and give a hand for Jamie for just hosting such an amazing event.
I think
Does this work? Check, check. slides are locked?
Sorry, everyone. Let's hold on. Let's give it up for Enzyme.
Let me figure out how this works first and what's the delay between the.
You need the slides first.
Yeah. Good thing I'm not going after Cal. He's pretty loud, so I get a chance right now. Thanks. And is it on this screen or there?
All right, let's give it up for Enzyme once again.
All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Teddy, and I'm the CEO and founder of Enzyme. And we are building the no-code for Web3. So what does it mean to build in Web3 today? Say you want to launch an NFT project. If you're a developer, you have to be familiar with some of these technologies here. And if you're a brand or an agency, you need to hire developers, and they need to understand these technologies. But what ends up happening is that developers use a standard called OpenZeppelin in 99% of their contracts. So we have a lot of duplicate code. But OpenZeppelin is great. The problem is that it's open. So it's not incentivizing developers to improve the standard. On the other side, agencies cannot really use off-the-shelf contracts. So they have to hire expensive developers. So now we have a lot of code that it's hard to maintain, and it's also expensive to build. So even the slightest mistake can lead to losses of millions of dollars. Our solution, Enzyme, is a platform that businesses and brands can use to find the smart contract they need and then deploy it within seconds at the fraction of the cost, while incentivizing developers to build better contracts through our marketplace. Building contracts with Enzyme is as easy as filling out forms. You just find the contract, fill a form, hit deploy, it's done. Needless to say, the market here is huge, and the slides are not moving, but trust me on that here. The market is huge, and we are already getting portion of it through working intimately close with few companies before building the right product and launching to the public later this year. So far, our pilot customers have brought us over $37,000 in the last 2.5 months, launched over 60 production smart contracts, and we have over 170 people waiting in line to be onboarded. We are a battle-tested team backed by Techstars. Mahmoud and I built a robust no-code tool before, and together with Simona, we started few companies before. This is my fourth startup. Previously, I've built and grew an app to 20 million users worldwide. We brought in some amazing advisors as well, complementary skills as we needed. We have clear milestones. We want to get to 10,000 contracts in the next 24 months. And for that, we need to further develop our smart contract marketplace, establish partnerships with agencies and brands, and as well as grow our engineering and product team. For that, we're raising $1.5 million. So no-code is clearly the future. Web3 is the future. And if you believe that Enzyme is the future, come talk to me. Wag me.
Drum roll, please. Drum roll, please. We'll get a little bit of music in between these because I'm killing the energy with these slide changes. Next up, hold on, Cal. Let's give it up for Best Friends. Best Friends, ladies and gentlemen. Best Friends. We got a dance.
Hi everyone, I'm Shafkat and I'm the founder of Fest Friends. We are a marketplace for music festival tickets. So for those of you that are familiar, you can think of us as StockX for Coachella wristbands. So a quick show of hands, how many of you have been to a music festival? Great, a lot of you. So as you might be familiar, music festival tickets sell out very quickly. For example, 250,000 Coachella tickets are gone within half an hour. If you're unable to get your tickets on the general sale, you have one of two options. Go on StubHub and pay 30% fees, or meet up with a random stranger from Facebook in a Starbucks parking lot. In either case, you are still dealing with the considerable risk of ending up with a fake ticket. That's where we come in. Our bid and ask marketplace takes offers from both sides of the market and matches buyers and sellers automatically when the prices match. From there, we take a 10% transaction fee that comes directly out of the seller's payout. From there, the seller mails us the physical wristband ticket in the mail, and we then authenticate it by inspecting it physically, pass it on to the buyer, and then release the funds to the seller. Our mobile app simplifies and streamlines the entire decision-making process with its clean and intuitive user interface. Live music is currently a $21 billion industry and growing annually at 9%, with more than 800 music festival events in the United States alone. We're starting off by strategically targeting the 12 largest events that consistently sell out and have a large attendance. From there, we plan on adding smaller and international festivals. We're better than our competition because we take the P2P elements of Facebook Marketplace with the security and stability of StubHub, while also authenticating every single wristband that goes through our platform, something that no other platform currently does. We also specialize exclusively in music festival tickets, or music festival events, rather than all concerts, rather than all ticketed events. Most importantly, we are avid festival goers ourselves. We understand the pain points in the market. We designed and delivered a solution that's consumer-centric, and beyond that, we engage with our customers, not just at the point of sale, but on the ground at festival events to harness a sense of community, which is a key element of festival culture. So right now we are just a ticket platform, but on average, festival goers travel 900 miles to go to a festival event. So they're paying for flights, they're paying for hotels and Airbnbs. So we want to capture as much of that consumption as possible by introducing new features that allow users to handle all logistics in one place. Beyond that, we also want to build out a lifestyle brand of products that users can wear and use at festival events, while still positioning ourselves as a travel tech company focused on the festival vertical. So currently we are in the middle of a $1 million seed round that is for 24 months of runway, which will allow us to hit 20,000 transactions and hit $1 million in revenue for the 2022 and 2023 festival seasons. And lastly, I'd like you to all just take a second to download our app, which is available on the App Store. We've currently hit 2,500 downloads and would love to continue to grow. Thank you.
All right, Cal, we ready? Let's give it up for 888 DAO, ladies and gentlemen. 888 DAO.
So no more rugging. Okay, let's keep this on there. Anyhow, first of all, it's been such a pleasure. Round of, if you are in the Launch House cohort, raise your hand. Investors, take a look around these beautiful faces left and right of you, behind you, in front of you. These are the cohort. So round of applause for such an amazing month. So today I have the pleasure of showing you all 888 DAO. It's a social and investment collective for the Chinese diaspora. Let's go to the next slide. I'm getting rugged. Okay, cool. No worries. Next slide. So our mission is to connect the Chinese diaspora around the world through means of culture and capital. You're probably wondering, like, how? What is the Chinese diaspora? What Chinese diaspora is anyone who is of Chinese heritage that lives outside of China, Hong Kong, Macau, and Taiwan. So first part is we have something called a social DAO. So you see these beautiful people here. This was out of a dim sum that we had. I think a lot of people here have attended our dim sums. By show of hands, some of you guys have. And we build vibrant communities in every cosmopolitan city for the Chinese diaspora in both Web 2 and Web 3. So right now we have communities in over 8 cities around the world where we have get-togethers of people in Web 2 and Web 3. So the social DAO has 6 components. First one is something called physical chapters. We have chapters around the world. Number 2 is this. Number 2 is we screen for high-quality builders, innovators, leaders in their respective industries to join the DAO. So it doesn't matter. I know we have some people that we met are in the law industry, people in the medical industry as well. Those are all can be included as well. Number 3 is connect. A DAO directory where members can connect, build, and explore together. So we some of the top photographers, builders, innovators in Web3 of the Chinese diaspora. Number 4, scholarship and grants. Number 5, we onboard as well. This is an onboarding vehicle for people who are not native to Web3 into Web3 through this platform. And number 6, my favorite, which is called the 888 houses. Oh shit. Oh shit. Okay, so beautiful faces here. You're like, oh. So what we did was this: 1 week, 1 house, 11 Gen Z builders. So this is what we did. During the week of NFT NYC, we sought out the best of the best Gen Z. What are you wondering about? How many people? You guys probably don't know what Gen Z is, right? Young people. Not me. I'm millennial. Gen Z. If you're a Gen Z. Gen Z. What we did was this: we reached out to Stanford, Yale, Harvard, Princeton, Waterloo, all the top schools. We said we're going to be building a house, fully sponsored. You don't have to pay $1. Your airplane flights, your food, your stay, all paid for. All you have to be is Gen Z, Chinese heritage. We had hundreds of applicants. We brought it down to 11 people, and these are our beautiful faces. And let's go to the next slide. We took them on a helicopter ride as well. These are our fellows. Our youngest is 14, Eric Zhu. 14 years old. He already has a 7-figure fund and a company as well. 22 years. We have people. These people here have raised over 8 figures collectively from people like Naval, from people like Justin Kahn. So we have the deal flow and we have the talent. So the next step is 888 Capital, investing in pre-seed Web3 companies whose founders are the Chinese diaspora. So that's pretty much it, friends. And, we'd love to stay in touch. It's really easy. It's NFTPHO. And for people, send me a message on Telegram or Twitter. I'm going to probably give you guys some free APE tokens. Maybe. Who knows? But anyways, thanks a lot. God bless you all. Thank you.
Before you know it, next to the tank, let's give it up for Mintology. Mintology, ladies and gentlemen, Mintology.
Hello everyone, just gonna say hi first. I'm Cindy, I'm founder for Mintology. I'm building an NFT commerce platform which will connect brands with NFT users. So let's do it. Did you guys know that NFT actually outperformed crypto market last year? But NFT is pretty much in a bubble because of its lacking of in real life utility. I know it myself because I also collect a lot of NFTs. Oops. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So the NFT market is expected to grow 10x in the next 10 years. And the brands are quickly adopting the growing consumer segment. But what is the problem? Sorry, is it? Right, okay, yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, so for the brand, they are actually lacking of tool and platform for them to acquire, engage, and retain NFT users in a sustainable and scalable way. For NFT users, they are lacking of in real life utility. And also it's very hard for them to manage their perks. So we believe there's a market lacking for the NFT commerce platform, whereby, to unlock the NFT-based economy. This is where Mintology comes in. We have already built our beta product, and this is how it works. If you are a brand, you can use a platform to create and manage campaign, to launch branded NFT and exclusive product, and also to engage with the community. If you are an NFT user, you can connect your wallet, then you will be able to browse the perks and also shop the branded product, and also to engage with the community. What sets us apart from the main competitor, who are building Shopify for NFT, is that we are building a platform which will connect brands with NFTs directly. We are the right team for it. We have combined 30 years of experience in e-commerce, brand management, as well as blockchain development. The team has been in leadership role for companies like Landcrafter, IPG Media Brands, Adobe, Tencent, and more. We also launched NFT collections, more than 2 million revenue. So we are the NFT native, and we know our consumer. Although we have the network and access to the big brands, but we want to come in to target the female users and also the premium and lifestyle brands first. We are onboarding NFT community to be our launch partners, and we have already signed up over 10K NFT holders. And we are also going to launch monthly campaign to create the social impact as well as onboarding new users. We have been talking to angels and advisors. They love the idea of Mintology, and they believe in our mission. Myself is a believer of commerce. I'm very passionate about it, and also the digital transformation for brands. So I certainly want to be in the frontier to build the next generation of commerce. We are raising a 1 million fund, so reach out and let's talk more. Thank you.
All right, let's give it up for Be Humane.
Hi everyone, my name is Sara Filipčić and I'm one of the founders of Be Humane. I'm also a social worker, and as a social worker I was working with over 100 kids that needed help with social and emotional development. But it wasn't until during my master's when I worked at a social Gen Z startup when I discovered that there's a trend of a negative impact of daily technology usage on the social and emotional development of children and youth. So I decided to do my master's to discover what is the actual impact of technology usage on our Gen Zs. As we all know, Gen Z is the first digitally native generation, and because of the lack of guidance with their technology choices, they're experiencing loneliness, depression and anxiety, and also addiction. And the scary fact is that teens that are using devices 5+ hours daily are 66% more likely to have at least one suicide-related outcome. But today's average is actually 7.5 hours daily. So at Be Humane, we are not trying to stop kids from using technology. We want to show that when given guidance and education in both virtual and the real world, they can make healthier technology choices. So how are we doing it? It's a little demo. So imagine a world in which students can, by practicing choices in the metaverse, learn from their consequences in front of their eyes. So it's like an immediate learning experience for them. It's a series of meta moments in which they can practice to become a better version of themselves. How are we going about it? So we have already started to target private and progressive schools in the United States and in Europe with the aim to leverage our reputation in the public sector. So our team has already been working for 4 years on another startup, so we know our work ethic. And of course, we are aware of the problem that we are solving, but we have also come across a lot of passionate people that want to help kids. So we launched a DAO and have now these are some of our contributors that are with their expertise bringing into the mission of Be Humane. We have already tested our educational program with 45 students in high school in Croatia. We have a letter of intent by a private school in New Jersey, and we have a growing community of active educators. So our pre-seed is now open, and if any of this resonates with you, we would like to talk. Thank you.
All right, we're just passing the midway point. hear it for Stemi. Stemi, ladies and gentlemen. Stemi.
Dr. Stemi. Is it loud? Because I think my voice is louder.
If you're closer, it's going to be louder.
1-1? Yeah, cool.
Yours, baby.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Huram. I'm going to talk without microphone. Actually, so I'm the CEO and founder of Stemi, Ediverse, where Ediverse, where Roblox meets Upwork on a mission to fix the bridge between education and employability. So right now, students don't believe that schools somehow can prepare you for future jobs, and more than 60% of future jobs haven't been developed yet. Imagine what if could these students learn in a fun way, earn in a fun way, and collaborate with brands from school years. At the same time, brands could collaborate with these young players, very curious players, with zero R&D costs, get insights with zero R&D costs, and publish their task for Metaverse inside. Now is the best time. Look at these numbers. Like 200 million people on Roblox, 150 million on Minecraft. Everybody wants a Gen Z keep on skipping ads. They don't like current loyalty programs. They don't like where you keep on spamming them with letters, some new memberships. And it's right now the most popular for young generation, like 78 hours spent like per month. It's more popular than Facebook, TikTok, Netflix. And we see a new wave of marketing. And we need to create some new engagement tools. Brands feel this, but they're still looking for something more. We don't have rather good results yet. And we're ready to help with targeting next 6.5 million students, especially from emerging markets, from India and Southeastern Asia, who have cell phones and 4G penetration. And we already saw rather good results. Roblox showed that kids can earn inside the game while creating new things. Coursera Udemy, by just keep on showing that by gamifying education, you can increase the engagement and completion rate. But it's still not enough. We need something more. Okay, without music, but the music is rather cool. It's like from TikTok. So like you finish the game quest and you have tasks from real partners, like build a house for Nike and then receive your rewards inside the game. Cool. So right now we have 200 daily active players. We launched our mobile version like 2 weeks ago. The maximum time spent in this game 68 minutes, average time 30 minutes. We integrated payments with Caravan and Near. We have real partners. We found some hack with some influencer from Minecraft and managed to decrease the customer acquisition cost from $30 to 20 cents via some from paid promotion. And we are preparing for pilot with Cardano and 5 million students. Business model divides into 2 revenue streams. First is commission from player's salary, and another one is rather classical, it's in-game purchases. We are ready to bring something new into this world via collaboration with gaming guilds, via influencers on Roblox and Minecraft. We present 3 worlds, education, gaming, and blockchain development with experience in ByteDance, Samsung AI, Illuvium, Destiny Games, united by one mission. We are raising our seed round. We want to educate and connect with brands 30K Gen Z students within 8 months. Double the team, finish our mobile app, add UGC tools like in Roblox, even better, add our in-app wallet, and I invite you to join our mission. Thanks for your attention. You can get our deck via QR code.
All right, next up, Questive. Questive. Questive.
Hello, hello. I think you're moving my slides, David. There we go. Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming. My name is Diego, and today I'll be talking to you about Questive. But before, let's talk about money, a topic that I know many of investors here like. $600 billion. That's how much money brands spend every year to target over 3 billion people around the world with digital advertising. So why should we care? Well, the reason's simple. This money has begun making its way onto Web3. And the reason is simple: community. Web3 communities unlock a new paradigm of relationships between brands and consumers. But there's a problem. Building and growing communities is an extremely messy and fragmented process. Oops. Current solutions require extensive amounts of work, and community managers can't answer even the most basic questions about their community. As a result, it's very hard for communities to have sustainable growth at scale over time. So that's why we decided to build Questive, the Web3 community relationship management platform. Questive fundamentally achieves two things. We help you know who your customers are, and we help you engage those customers. Questive provides a powerful dashboard that allows community managers to get a clear view of who their holders are, both on-chain and off-chain. Questive also provides an engagement portal that allows community managers to easily segment their holders, create multi-channel campaigns to engage those holders, and then reward those holders for participating in the community. Questive is community infrastructure. It allows community managers to easily measure, engage, and reward their holders across every channel on which the community exists. We already have gained significant traction. Over 100 projects have joined our waitlist for the beta. We've built relationships with large brands like Lacoste, Adidas, and L'Oreal. And we received pre-seed funding from Binance Labs. So now a bit about the team. I am Diego, I am the CEO. I have a background in software engineering from Google. I'm joined by John. He has a background in machine learning research from Logitech. Sean, who's an ex-staff software engineer at IGT, one of the largest gaming companies in the US. And last but not least is Jason, who's joining me here. Round of applause. He's our product lead, and he has significant experience in product design and development since he was an early employee at a now large Australian unicorn. So our ask is simple. We're going to be fundraising in September of this year, and we would love to meet any blue chip NFT projects or large Web2 brands that would be interested in working with us. Thank you very much.
Next to the tank, let's give it up for Moola. Moola!
we go. Welcome to Moola, guys. Welcome to Moola. So we are unlocking the largest asset class in real estate. So I'd like to start off with my personal story. As a property investor, I've got several properties in my portfolio. And I was looking at ways to unlock cash from my properties because I was equity rich, but tight on cash. So when I was looking out for the products, the financial products out there were really, really predatory. Either I could sell equity in my home at a high discount, or I could take on debt with really high interest. And neither option was attractive, right? So, and I spoke to a few other homeowners, a few other investors, and to really get to the bottom of this and see whether or not this was a problem. And actually, it was a lot larger than I initially anticipated. The bad terms, the high cost, the long process really means that homeowners like myself do not want to sell equity in our home. So if we look at the larger play here on a broader level, what does this mean for the US real estate market? Now, the US real estate market is $43 trillion, 63% of which is locked away. Everyone is fishing out the same pond. Everyone is fighting over this 35% on the left-hand side. Whether it's BlackRock or your small-time investor, everyone is fighting over that. But what we're looking to do is make something really, really compelling for homeowners to sell equity in their home such that we are able to unlock $28 trillion worth of value in the United States. So our solution, we're building a marketplace for homeowners to sell equity in their home to investors. And so we're cheaper and friendlier. There's no debt, there's no interest, there's no monthly payments. In exchange for investors' investment, we give them long-term appreciation in capital. So on a sale of a house, they will get preferred stock. We have faster process thanks to our technology. We have increased access, which means homeowners that are not just financially desperate, but those that just want a little bit more disposable income can come onto our platform and sell that equity. And so in turn, that means that we unlock a whole new asset class for investors. So this is just to give you guys a visual. This is V1 of our platform. We can keep scrolling. Just to give you a flavor. Keep scrolling, keep scrolling. There we go. So our vision, right? So we start at scale when we have enough supply. We're actually looking to bundle these homes and sell them to institutional investors long term. Next slide. Our business model is such that we've got 56 billion if we value capture at 1% and looking at a revenue of 1.7 billion. This market is huge. So our progress, this week we closed a really key strategic partnership, which means we have access to millions of homeowners across the US. We have an active wait list of homeowners willing to sell equity. We're building out the MVP and launching in a few weeks. And our team. So my background is in property and in consumer. I actually met my co-founder Fatih at the University of Pennsylvania, where we were both studying. He's an AI software engineer at Google, also previously worked in fintech. And we're coming together to really break down this industry. We understand that we're looking to really execute on this. And so we are building a very comprehensive advisory board of financial, legal, and regulatory people with us. And our ask is we're beginning to raise in September around $2 to $3 million, and we'd love to hear your thoughts on what we're building. So yeah, drop me a line or grab me this evening. We'd love to have a chat. All right, thank you.
everyone. I'm building Sugoi. Sugoi means Japanese. Sugoi means awesome in Japanese because I'm building a Sugoi protocol that's reimagining Web3 for social impact. First, let me ask you this question. How many of you have cryptocurrency just sitting in your wallet doing nothing? Well, you're not alone. There are almost 250 million people who have crypto in their Coinbase, in their wallet, that they're just holding and don't know what to do with. Sugoi is here to change that because we're building the first Web3 savings account that has that has social impact built in. So let's see how it works. Sugoi will have a savings-like account interface where users can deposit their cryptocurrency, their stable coins very easily. In the backend, we'll integrate with other lending protocols like Aave and Yearn Finance and make interest on it, and then automatically distribute some of the interest to impact projects like planting trees. So imagine in Web2 traditional banking, the bank keeps the spread as their profit, and here we will use that spread to regenerate the planet. So you guys are probably wondering why donate it? Why I'm building this? Because of three things. Now you can hold your crypto for social good. Second, make continuous yield on your deposit, and bonus point, get tax write-off on your donations. In future, we will release SDKs and integrate with other DeFi protocols and Web3 products that would want to share yield for good causes. So, a little bit about the team. Hi, I'm Shraddha. I'm a Web3 builder based in SF with 3+ years of experience building and scaling Web3 apps and full stack apps. And I have a team member, Mateo, who's an engineer with 5+ years of experience building smart contracts and dApps. And we are coming together with the bigger mission, here to include Planet in WAGMI. Our roadmap right now, we have an MVP ready. We are building the product and want to do a launch in October with our target customers of people who have crypto and have not yet onboarded on NFTs and DeFi. And then for our second phase in January, we will release Sugoi tokens and retroactively airdrop them to all our initial users. And in future, release the SDK and integrate with a Web3 product, other Web3 protocols. Awesome. My ask here is, I am raising a 1 million round for marketing, engineering, and business dev. If you like this idea, you can contact me here or come talk to me afterwards. Thank you.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Hey, how's it going? How's everyone doing today? Pretty good? It's a pretty hot day today, eh? Yesterday was worse, but today's better, so that's definitely something to be thankful for. I'm Tony. I'm the CEO of Nullify. We make cybersecurity easy for developers. I used to be an NFT trader, but now I'm doing cybersecurity stuff because Web3 also needs cybersecurity. So. I would tell a joke. Yeah, we have pictures of bored apes on the wall here, so I think that's pretty funny. We also have goblins as a wallpaper in our townhouse. If anyone knows what goblins are, it's like, yeah. Damn, I don't even know why I do this anymore. I should just go to Comedy Cellar.
All right, Tony, I'm going to save you. So feel free to mingle. The internet just went down. The internet just went down. So we'll be back. We'll reconvene in 3 minutes. Okay, 3 minutes. Mix amongst yourselves. We're not
Guys, this is why we need cybersecurity. Obviously they just got DDoS, so internet's down. That's why we need cybersecurity right now. Yeah, I'm good.
All right, we're back, we're back, we're back. Thank you for the patience. Internet's back, music's back, slides are back. And Tony is back.
Yeah.
So if we can move quickly, guys. Guys are back. All right, let's get a third round of applause for Tony of Nullify. All right, Tony, the floor is yours.
Hey, how's it going? I'm Tony. I'm the CEO of Nullify, and our business is to make cybersecurity easy for developers. Now, as someone in the cloud services industry, something that I found is that developers prioritize time to market and they prioritize the number of features they can push out. For them, security is a blocker that creates, stops them from meeting their deadlines. Now, this is a problem because it can lead to personal data and business data being put at risk. One example of this is the Equifax hack, where 148 million private records of American citizens were stolen. Now, my team and I, we've thought really hard about this problem and how we can change the attitude of these developers. The question we've been asking ourselves is, how can we make it easy for developers to secure their code? And this is our solution, Nullify, a one-click, webhook integrated managed security platform. So a developer no longer has to do security tests and assurance tests after their development. Instead, it's automated as part of their software development lifecycle. This saves them time and helps them meet their deadlines. In addition, organizations also have faster time to market, and security concerns are also easier to identify. Now, the question I always get is, you're a cybersecurity company, right? How are you different from everyone else? And my answer is that we specialize in context awareness. What that means is we look at all the variables, everything that they're deployed. And through doing so, we can reduce the amount of false positives and reduce the amount of time developers have to look at code that isn't actually buggy or vulnerable. Now, our team has a deep domain experience needed to make this work. We've built relationships with AWS, with heads of professional services, C-level execs, down to engineers at startups. And we are relying on this domain experience on our go-to-market strategy. We have 10 AWS solutions architects ready to endorse our product. We got an enterprise organization, NIB, Australia's biggest medical insurer, ready to start a pilot test. And we also got buy-in from AWS professional services consultants. Now, our total addressable market is $19.6 billion. We firmly believe that with our product and the new way we are thinking about cybersecurity, Nullify will become a must-have security product for all software startups. Now, we have a working prototype, and we are looking to raise money in order to hire more developers, do some beta testing, and really push our product out to all the software startups we know. Because of this, we are looking for a $1 million pre-seed round. Now, if you are interested in joining the new way of doing cybersecurity, please feel free and come talk to me. Yeah.
All right, next up, let's give a round of applause for DAO HQ, ladies and gentlemen. DAO HQ.
Hey everyone, my name is Lucas Chu, and I'm building DAO HQ, the world's largest DAO marketplace. DAOs are decentralized autonomous organizations, and after a decade spent mining and investing in cryptocurrency, I believe that DAOs are the Web3 use case. If you scroll up a little bit, so you can see we're still using Web 1, the current DAO market cap, so the money raised by DAOs, is over $11 billion. And DAOs can do anything from creating a decentralized exchange to a fund to a company. So the joint stock company was the greatest economic invention in all of history, and DAOs bring them on-chain. The problem is that a lot of these decentralized autonomous organizations, they're not decentralized autonomous or even legally organizations a lot of the time. So if we scroll down, we see that there's a huge problem when it comes to DAO discovery. Most people don't really know what a DAO is, how to get involved in one, and to invest in one, like one that I founded, it might take 7 steps to get involved. Even worse, DAOs are very unequal, and in terms of voting, participation is often in the low single digits. So DAOs are this vision where, like with Launchhouse, you can decentralize Silicon Valley. We can decentralize Wall Street. We can decentralize companies' entire economy wholesale. And this is where we come in by providing one single site to find, fund, and found these DAOs. So right now, it's live, DAOHQ.co. You can search over 2,000 DAOs by type chain. You can invest in them, over 30 DEXs and 50 blockchains. And you can also engage by being able to vote and see everything that's going on from one site. Moving forward, we see that with this capability of DAOs, the market size could be up to $1 trillion in 1 decade because of their ability to decentralize all these existing organizations. The critical issue there, of course, is onboarding, and this is where we come in. We provide a Web 2.5 solution to be a gateway to capture this market share in terms of being the DEX aggregator for governance tokens. So where other startups provide high information on DAOs or potentially make it easy to purchase tokens, we do both and also bring in the tooling for the DAO organizers, so a developer-first experience to make it easy to scale what they're working on. Moving on, we see that of DAO right now, we have a directory, we have a voting site, we have an index. And all of this allows people to access the entire DAO ecosystem without necessarily even having a wallet. And continuing on, we will make money by putting a transaction fee on any of these currently billions of dollars being transacted through our affiliate DEXs, and by providing the best cost, especially for these newer DAOs to get launched. So we can also provide, and we are actually launching this week, an OTC trading desk, a data API, an accelerator, as well as hyper-DAOs, or these indices of DAOs. Next slide. And we've been able to do all of this pretty much during our time here at Launchhouse, and starting at the beginning of this year, create the largest marketplace, indexing site, voting site, and overall directory. This week, we're launching on Solana and Near, and we can do this because we've done this before. Both of us dropped out of our edtechs and Harvard on full rides to be able to build this at the beginning of this year, and this is not just limited to us. For our entire team, our core team, cumulatively have founded over 20 companies, startups, raised well over 8 figures, as well as drop out a total of 6 times. In terms of traction, as of this week, we have 4,000 monthly users, 2,000 DAOs, 800 of which we've manually verified, and then 200 that are live right now. Continuing on, we've been very excited to announce these partnerships from Google to the National Science Foundation, so we'll be the first government-funded DAO. We're also very humbled to have received over $1 million in angel funding back in March, and we're looking for the lead for a seed round. So if you're interested in investing in DAOs, go to DAOHQ, and if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Thank you.
everyone going? Almost there. All right, awesome. So, 2nd of August, 2018. Just over 4 years ago, I started my very first job at a large tech company with over 2,000 employees and millions of lines of codes, kind of undocumented code in the code base. My next 3 months were spent pretty much just going through all of this code, trying to figure out how everything worked, the design decisions that were made, and how everything pretty much connected together. And essentially, that was a big pain for not just me, but for so many other people. Now, code is very much like the New York subway, where you have basically a whole ton of lines and a whole ton of networks of tunnels that are all connected together, essentially going from point to point and connecting different nodes, going in and out. Now, all of these nodes that connect together form what is essentially the New York subway. And because all of these nodes are connected together, you're able to see them at a high level with a map, essentially. However, unlike the New York subway, code doesn't have a map. And as a result, it is incredibly difficult for people to understand how everything sort of works together. Now, code, unfortunately, is pretty much just millions of lines of code that you peer through a 50-line window that you see on the screen right now, pretty much just an editor that you explore. And that is why our mission is, our mission is to provide every software developer with an intuitive understanding of code from day one, to provide them a map that allows them to explore the code base with ease. And we are able to do this as a team. Personally, I've had over 8 years of development experience, leading a whole bunch of small projects and teams, building dev tooling for companies ranging from 5 people all the way up to the trillion-dollar business that is Tesla that I worked for before. I'm incredibly excited to work with my friend Steven as well on this project, who has developed has an incredible amount of experience in security tooling as well. And together, we are trying to solve the problem that understanding code is hard. 3 to 9 months of time is spent developing on developer onboarding, and $2 trillion of value is lost every year due to poor software quality. Incidents drain weeks of productivity from teams. And this is where we introduce Graphify. We're reducing developer onboarding from 4 weeks to 4 days. And we do this by zooming out of the code and seeing a bird's eye view of the code base, and basically building a knowledge graph to make knowledge transfer painless. This is a demo. It loads. So essentially, we've got, this is a demo that we built in Launchhouse. Pretty much we've got a graph where you're able to navigate the code base, and then in the code base itself, you're able to sort of navigate through the graph as well. With over 50 waitlisted developers and a $10 billion TAM, we're incredibly excited to go to market with this, with a free code visualizer for all software developers to use. From there, we will then go into producing pro features for teams that we'll roll out to open source development communities before starting enterprise sales through warm referrals and conferences that we'll go to. The competition, we have some competition, but the competition focuses on data, just data dumping, as opposed to actually providing intelligence to the actual developers that care about the product and care about what they're working on. So this is our ask. We are incredibly excited that we intend on raising a pre-seed round in September in order to build out our team and start working on these enterprise features. And if you're interested in the future of software development and what it looks like, feel free to reach out and have a chat later today.
Next up, Diremo. Let's do a round of applause for Diremo.
What's up? Does this work? Hello? Oh, it works. Okay, that's awesome. Hey, everyone. I'm the founder CEO of Diremo. We're the Amazon of crypto, and we also help you shop better with Web3. Bit about me. I started programming when I was 9 years old. I'm a technical co-founder, built 200 websites and apps by the time I was 15, and I'm currently 17 right now. Basically built out an engineering career out of pretty much nothing, open source projects, my own stuff. Right now, an engineering manager at Speechify, managing around 7 people, led a project with over 20 million monthly active users. My co-founder, he ran and worked with 5+ e-commerce businesses in Milan, and he also previously founded a marketplace doing luxury goods. My first job was in Web3, 14 years old. I love the technology, I love the people. I got paid in crypto, and it sat in a wallet for a while. I didn't know what to do with it. How do I spend my crypto? Well, I can invest in some of these altcoins, try to make some money. I can trade NFTs, flip them. But what about real stuff? What if I wanted to buy actual real stuff with crypto? What if I wanted to use crypto as a real currency? Well, that's where Diremo comes in. Diremo is the largest marketplace, crypto marketplace for physical products in the world. We've got 50,000 products in the platform from 150+ shops, 100+ currencies accepted, and around 3.5 million in annualized volume right now. We're a new way to shop online. You browse, you buy, same thing as every other shop, but guess what? Now you can connect. You get an owner's card that represents the product you bought, a digital asset that represents your physical ownership. Now you can do so much. 1,000 doors open in front of you. You can connect with brand communities. You can get rewards. You can show off your stuff. A million things you can do. Guess what? We're also powering a bunch of other shops and marketplaces of the future. A bunch of marketplaces doing luxury art, event tickets, so much more built in our infrastructure. We just started doing this like 2 weeks ago. Already signed around 1 million in annualized revenue, annualized volume with a bunch of different marketplaces in the space. So why now? Why now? Real brands want in on Web3 right now. They want to use real use cases and they want to do real stuff. Tiffany, Louis Vuitton, Gucci, they've got so much stuff. They want to get into Web3. They're trying these Web3 projects, but they don't have real products to sell. They don't have real use cases right now. They want to get into this. We're powering that. The way we shop also right now is increasingly about connecting with brands and communities directly. That's what we're powering with NFTs. That's what we're powering with a digital representation of your physical ownership with products. And the market is obviously pretty huge, so that's great. A couple of our advisors, C-level executives at Wayfair, it's a big company, head of commerce at Meta, a bunch of other people that also invested, so pretty top guys in the space. And the ask, go to Diremo.io right now, find a product, buy it with crypto, and also, I want to meet smart people. And everyone in the space, I'm sure, is super smart, really into this. I want to meet you. Email me right now. We'll schedule a time. Also in October, we're going to raise around a 2.5 million seed round. Let's talk about that too. Thanks so much.
Cool. All right, let's give it up for Leo of Caravan.
Hey everyone. Oh, this is working. Wow, I've never seen this many people here. This is awesome. I'm Leo Zaroff, and I'm the founder of Caravan. Our aim is to give your company an unfair advantage on social media. So our thesis is that the future of marketing is community first. We already see this happening in a lot of areas. If you're in Web3, I'm sure you know Twitter is top of funnel for pretty much every single Web3 company. And community is really at the intersection of a lot of these massive markets that we see happening right now, but it's really this new emerging market. So what does Caravan do? What we do is we 10x social media for organizations. How do we do that? We're the first bottom-up social media manager. So what that means is your entire team contributes to and benefits from your online network. We also connect your team's online network to every single other business function, recruiting, sales, marketing, token gating. where we're starting, we have an MVP in market, which basically empowers your team members to more easily engage with each other. We don't just amplify our company's posts. The idea is your entire team is being amplified. The way this works is you start a caravan, your entire team joins your caravan, and then you receive a curated feed of just the content from your caravan from Twitter. So you can see here, it's designed a bit more like a to-do list than a regular feed. So you engage and then you're done, it disappears. You can also follow everyone in your caravan. You can track everything on a leaderboard. We're adding tons of new features. So on the left is your social media pipeline without Caravan. As you can see, it's basically linear. You create content and then your audience engages with it. If you're lucky, they use something like Sprout and they can actually like maximize their engagement with it. But that's really an audience, that's not a community. It's just the audience having a parasocial relationship with you. What we do is actually turn that audience into a true community. So you still, with our MVP, you still create content with whatever service you want. You put it out to the community, but then your community also engages with each other. You can essentially like massively multiply this. Nobody wants to just follow your like company social media account or your founder's account. They want to see real content. Yeah, so this is actually the long-term vision. So we want to basically take over that entire pipeline and make it 10x better, and then connect this to every single part of your organization. Doesn't really talk about Web3 here, but there's tons of opportunities for token gating, token rewards, obviously. Where we currently are, we just launched our beta, like many others in Launch House. We've got 50 plus caravans, literally just from a single Twitter post that I posted. Freemium model, we raised a small angel round. We're raising a seed round soon. Team, that's me. I used to be the #1 fencer in the US. Fun fact. Yeah, I know, that's like my go-to thing. But I also did all this other stuff, and I have some awesome advisors. Oh no. Yeah, so our ask is just to use our product. It's at trycaravan.com. Give us feedback. Feedback is really the main thing we need right now. Also, we're hiring. If you want to get involved, please get in touch. And yeah, if you're an investor who just loves Twitter, loves community, let's connect for sure. And then this is the most important part. Here's a graph going up and to the right, completely unrelated, but I heard you guys like those. Anyway.
So let's give it up for the Yer. The Yer, ladies and gentlemen, the Yer. Cool. Let's give it up for Andrew.
Hello. My name is Andrew, and I build Yer. It's the AWS for augmented reality. Before I came to Launch House, I was pretty uncomfortable talking about my past, but I feel like it's now part of my identity. Just growing up, I just ate cabbage and rice, and that was it. And it sucked, I mean, obviously. And I would see a lot of my peers, they would play with little green plastic army men, and that's really cool, but I didn't have the money to afford that, and I mean, it's really cheap, and I still couldn't afford it. So what I did was I collected a bunch of pebbles, and I used those pebbles as soldiers. I would pick up glass shards from broken liquor bottles and make those into boats and planes to reenact my imaginations of war and battles, because there is an air base in Detroit nearby. And that's not exactly the best thing for a 6-year-old. I mean, it can get pretty bloody sometimes. So basically, I am building the Yer. It is augmented reality, and it is not virtual reality, because I am trying to bring the unheard of and impossible to imagine available to the masses. Why augmented reality and not virtual reality? It's because my neighbor buys a $100 house, I'm not going to expect them or 6-year-old me to buy a $500 VR headset. So what I've done so far is we built a super app marketplace. And this marketplace is similar to Unity and Minecraft, such that anyone can download a single interactive plugin, such as Legos or soccer, and you can play around with it interactively with your foot. So the brings this marketplace that allows people to play around with it. Why bother? If you buy a spray paint from Home Depot and you spray it along an apartment wall, it's going to stay in place. Everyone who walks by on the sidewalk is going to be able to see it. Now, if you do that in augmented reality, someone like me, 6-year-old me, who can't buy a spray paint bottle, but I can use augmented reality using my parents' phone or something like that. Everyone can still see it just in augmented reality, no extra purchase required. So what is our competitive advantage? We're the first to market, and when it comes to dynamic plugins, everyone else is making NFTs, we're making real deal products. We have the time advantage with huge amounts of R&D. In fact, I received a cease and desist from my former employer, unfortunately. We list a bunch of plugins, and developers, instead of having to write 5 different code bases for iOS, Android, etc., they only need to write it once. And finally, I'm a distributed networking engineer, so we've made augmented reality multiplayer globally distributed. Who am I? I have been working in startup industry for the last 2.5 years. I just started programming 2.5 years ago, but I've been extremely appreciative and grateful for everyone who has given me job offers. These YC firms were amazing, and just these big tech companies have taught me how to focus my energy and my tenacity in order to iterate products as quickly as possible. And also, I'd like to be very grateful for their salaries because they allowed me to drop out of school and also be able to pay off some of my family's debt. So what is our current target? By the end of the year, we're looking to have 300 interactive plugins. One of the previous demos you saw was someone who made a CSGO plugin. This is like guns. That's fun for kids, I guess, maybe. But we're also looking to raise 550K for our pre-seed round after my machine learning model is finally done training. And unfortunately, when you're cost saving, that takes quite a bit of time. So what I envision is that instead of a few, I hope that everyone will be able to attain what the world prevents them today from attaining. Thank you.
All right, 2 teams to go. Let's give it up for Merlin. Merlin.
Hello everyone. We are almost there, so bear with me. My name is Vishal. I'm the co-founder of Merlin, and we are making it dead simple for Web3 teams to understand user behavior and act on those insights for engaging and acquiring more users. Here's the problem, if it shows up. All right. The problem here is understanding user behavior takes a lot of time. It's a slow and fragmented process. You have to write SQL scripts, stitch together different APIs, sometimes run your own node, and that's a lot of time for just answering basic questions about the user lifecycle. I've faced this myself. I've deployed 2 Web3 projects, one that basically got a little successful and I had no idea who my users were, and the other didn't even get off the ground because I had no idea how to find the relevant users to target. We solve this basically by helping you answer 3 main questions. The first question is who your users are. We try to help you get a sense of what does that user do across the chain. Are they a whale? Are they a mercenary user? What are their source of funds? Are they coming in from Tornado? We help you answer that as quickly as possible. Second, we help you understand how do they use your product. On one side, we try to give you smart insights as to what's trending and anomalous behavior with your contract. And on the other side, you can merge on-chain and off-chain behavior to get a sense of that whole user lifecycle. You can find out power users, sticky features, what are your drop-off points. And then finally, you get a sense of what can I do to acquire and engage more users? We are able to give you a sense of, here's some target personas that are active with your contract. Here's how you can run and measure end-to-end marketing campaigns. And then for consumer apps, you can also personalize that user experience and give personalized alerts. Now, this is where we are at. We are shipping fast. Last month, we onboarded our first set of pilot customers, including including Syndicate, Protocols, TakeDAO, Station, and they love us. They are recommending us to other users, and we are on track to onboard our first 10 customers by end of this quarter. We have 20,000 signups, mostly are mercenary, but there are a lot of signups. And then behind the scenes, I believe this is a really hard problem to tackle. And our background as like a machine learning engineer at Twitter and Microsoft AI, and my co-founder has worked with Amazon Ads and AI startups. We think it's a hard problem that you shouldn't really deal with. We are backed as a pre-seed round by South Park Commons, Script Capital, and a bunch of other world-class Web3 operators. And then we are looking to raise our seed round next month, but more importantly, if you're a Web3 dApp who has thousands of users and are thinking about taking that to the next million users, reach out to us. My name is Vishal, and the website is getmerlin.xyz. Thank you.
Merlin. All right, we are going to kick back and relax to music in a minute, but last but not least, let's give it up for Decentra Store. Decentra Store!
All right. Hey guys, thanks so much for taking the time. Last one, so I'll keep it short so we could all enjoy and enjoy each other's company and meet. So yeah, my name is Bhargav, and I am now working on Decentra Store, which is basically a platform to connect creators and in-game markets. I don't know if you guys ever just sit back and kick back and just play video games sometimes. And if you're playing games, people buy skins or they try to acquire in-game rare items. It's like a vanity thing, if you're into it. And yeah, back in the day, you used to be able to, grind a video game like Call of Duty and get a really rare skin or like a character model. And the issue was, well, you can't actually sell it or trade it or do anything. So you'd actually have to sell your entire account. Like you'd have to sell your username and password. It was ridiculous. Like you flip accounts with like, oh, I got rare items. Like who's buying? So yeah, there's a whole third-party market for that. And a decade later, it's still the same thing because these games, these AAA games, for whatever reason, do not have in-game mechanisms and in-game market to trade between players. So that being said, there are, this way. Yeah, I went too ahead. All right, yeah, there are ways for creators, that is esports companies, brands, content creators, to actually create their in-game assets and give them to the actual, these AAA games that have their skins in the game. The issue is that it is extremely difficult and fragmented for these companies, for these games to do it. The process is long and expensive, and it's really the studios that really control the power dynamic and financial incentives. So independent creators have a tough time actually breaking into these markets. So with a decentralized store, you can actually create a way to a set of tools for creators to focus on creating their in-game assets, put them as a native Web3 component, and for the studios to integrate directly with the store so that through REST calls, Web3 native components, they can pull these in-game assets and with smart contracts still control what assets actually get in-game. So this market is actually quite huge. TAM, people buy in-game products. People buy in-game skins. It's a thing, even if you don't like it. And who am I? Yeah, I'm Bhargav. So I'm new to Twitter, and I'm been working at startups for the last 5 years. Currently first engineer at Capable, and I was working on a medical device for Parkinson's, but have been exploring just different ideas, and would love to connect with people. Just grab a coffee or juice if that floats your boat. And yeah, I'm just exploring, figuring out what's next. Thank you.
All right. First of all, I just want to thank everyone for being here. This was an incredibly amazing evening, a huge opportunity for our founders to get in front of so many different folks. We're going to turn up the music. We'll kick back. We'll relax for the next hour or so. Come say hi. Thank you all. Thank you all so much.